They say nice guys finish last, but what they don't tell you is why. Because the truth is, being a nice guy isn't the problem. It's what being a nice guy usually hides. You're not losing because you're kind. You're losing because you're passive, because you're scared to be disliked, because you're afraid to set boundaries, to say no, to walk away. And she can feel that. She doesn't say it, but she feels it. That underlying anxiety, that approval-seeking energy, that need to be liked at all costs. And here's the twist. The more you try to win her over by proving how good you are, the more she disconnects. So if you're tired of being overlooked, ignored, used, or dumped for someone who doesn't even treat her half as well as you do, then you need to hear this. Because this isn't about becoming a jerk. It's about becoming a man she can actually feel drawn to. Let's talk about what you need to stop doing, and more importantly, what to start doing instead. Number 1. Why nice isn't always good. Let's break the illusion. Being nice isn't the same thing as being good. Most guys who call themselves nice aren't actually being kind. They're being agreeable. They're overly accommodating. They say yes when they want to say no. They avoid conflict, suppress their opinions, and hide their real feelings just to keep the peace. But here's the harsh truth. When you do that, you don't come across as strong. You come across as uncertain, uncentered, and emotionally dependent, and no matter how much you do for her or how much you care, she will not feel that magnetic attraction because you're not being you. You're being a version of you that you think she wants, and nobody respects that, not even you. Being nice doesn't make you valuable. Being real does. Being authentic, even when it's uncomfortable. Being grounded, even when she's distant or cold. Women don't want to control you. They want to feel safe around you. And safety doesn't come from being nice. It comes from strength. Number 2, approval seeking. Kills attraction. Every time you try to impress her, every time you over-explain, over-apologize, over-praise, you send a message. My value depends on how you respond to me, and that kills attraction. The moment she becomes your emotional center, the moment her mood controls your confidence, the moment her attention becomes your oxygen, you lose. Why? Because attraction is biological. Women are wired to feel drawn to men who have their own center of gravity, not men who orbit around them. When you seek approval, you give away your power. You let her lead the emotional dynamic, and that makes her feel like she's the one in control. Not safe, not desired, not feminine, just pressured. And here's the paradox. The less you try to make her like you, the more she starts to respect you. And when she respects you, that's when desire starts to grow. Number 3, boundaries over pleasing. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you told a woman no? Not out of anger, not to punish her, but because it didn't align with your values, with what you needed. Most nice guys never do. They think, if I set a boundary, I might upset her. If I upset her, she might pull away. If she pulls away, I lose her. But that mindset is exactly what guarantees you will lose her, eventually. Because when you prioritize peace over honesty, when you tiptoe around her instead of being direct, you're not protecting the relationship. You're draining it of all the masculine energy that keeps attraction alive. Boundaries aren't walls, they're frameworks. They show her where you stand. They communicate self-respect. And most importantly, they teach her how to respect you. You don't need to argue. You don't need to dominate. You just need to calmly say, that doesn't work for me. And if she walks away because of that, good. She was never in it for the right reasons anyway. Number 4, stop performing, start leading. Stop trying to win her back with gestures, texts, or desperate promises. That's performance, that's theater, and she sees right through it. Start leading, not her, but yourself. Lead your life. Lead your emotions, lead your decisions with purpose, because leadership is not about control, it's about direction. Nice guys wait to see how she feels before they decide how they feel. Strong men decide how they feel first, and let that guide their actions. Start doing the things you've been avoiding. Hit the gym, cut off the situationship that's draining you, set that boundary you've been afraid to set. Work on the business you keep putting off. Get back your power. Because if you want her to see you differently, you need to become someone worth being seen differently. Number 5. The comeback isn't about her. Here's the part no one tells you, the truth most men never realize until it's far too late. If she comes back after you've leveled up, it won't even matter the way you thought it would, because by the time you've rebuilt yourself from the ground up, by the time you reclaim your confidence, your masculinity, your emotional clarity, you won't be sitting around waiting for her anymore. You won't be trying to prove your worth to someone who didn't see it the first time. You'll be too focused on your growth, too aligned with your purpose, too connected to who you've become. And here's the powerful shift. You won't be hoping she chooses you. You'll be standing in your power, asking yourself, do I even choose her anymore? Because you'll see it all differently. You'll look back at the version of yourself that used to beg for crumbs of attention, and you'll feel compassion, but not regret. She was never the prize. The real prize was your own transformation, your self-respect, your peace of mind, your ability to stand strong without clinging to anything or anyone to validate your worth. And when you're that man, you don't chase, you attract, and better yet, you discern. Number 6. Become the man she can't manipulate. Let's talk about something even more important than getting her back, making sure you never lose yourself again. Because here's the hard truth. If you don't grow, if you don't evolve, if you don't take the time to truly understand where your wounds come from, you'll keep attracting the same kind of pain in different bodies. And the worst part, you'll call it love. You'll confuse anxiety with passion. You'll confuse validation with connection. You'll chase after women who pull away, thinking if you just try harder, they'll finally see your worth. But that cycle ends when you become the man who can't be manipulated. Not because you're cold, not because you stopped caring, but because you finally learned how to care for yourself first. You set boundaries, you speak with clarity, you know when to walk away, not as a tactic, but as a standard. That's real power. The kind that doesn't scream, the kind that doesn't beg, the kind that doesn't bend just to feel loved for a moment. Become that man, and you won't be asking how to win her back. You'll be deciding who's even worth your time. So here's the bottom line. Nice guys lose not because they're kind, but because they're disconnected from their strength, because they mistake passivity for love, and because they fear rejection more than they crave truth. But that ends now. You don't need to change who you are. You need to unlearn who you became just to be liked. Stop chasing her. Start rebuilding you. And if this hit home, share it. Drop a comment if you've been through this. Subscribe for more real talk, raw truth, and relationship advice that actually respects you as a man. This is your wake-up call. Don't just be nice, be undeniable.